Welcome to the Babylonian Hillbillies, where we explore the incredible journey of Abraham, a man whose life reshaped the spiritual map of our world. Abraham, originally Abram, is a central figure in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, revered as the father of these three massive faiths. His story, primarily found in Genesis 12 through 25:18, begins with a divine call and the establishment of a covenant. God called Abram to leave his home and kindred, journeying to a land he would show him, promising to make him a great nation. This promise included blessing him, making his name great, and ensuring that through him, all families on earth would be blessed. Abram obeyed, setting out for Canaan with his wife Sarai, nephew Lot, and all their possessions, marking the beginning of the Abrahamic covenant. The covenant promised land, numerous descendants, and blessing and redemption for all people, with specific dimensions for the land mentioned in Genesis 15 verses 18 to 21. Abraham's faith was tested multiple times, notably during a famine when he traveled to Egypt. Fearing for his life due to Sarai's beauty, he asked her to say she was his sister, leading to complications with Pharaoh. God intervened with plagues, revealing Sarai's true relationship, and Pharaoh sent them away with riches, foreshadowing Israel's later experience. Upon returning to Canaan, conflicts arose between Abraham's and Lot's herdsmen over limited resources. Abraham, demonstrating generosity, allowed Lot to choose his preferred direction, and Lot chose the fertile Jordan Valley near Sodom. After Lot's departure, God reaffirmed his promise to Abraham, stating that all the land he could see would belong to him and his descendants forever. Later, after rescuing Lot from captivity, Abraham was blessed by Melchizedek, the king of Salem and priest of God Most High. Abraham gave Melchizedek a tenth of everything, an encounter significant as Melchizedek prefigures Jesus Christ, a priest forever in his order. God formally established his covenant with Abraham, promising descendants as numerous as the stars. Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him as righteousness, a foundational concept for faith, not law-keeping. God then asked Abraham to prepare a sacrifice, and in a deep sleep, God alone passed between the animals, symbolizing his faithfulness. God foretold the enslavement and deliverance of Abraham's descendants in Egypt, a direct preview of the Exodus. As Sarai remained barren, she suggested Abraham have a child through her maidservant Hagar, leading to the birth of Ishmael. However, this was not the fulfillment of God's promise, as God later clarified that Abraham's heir would be born through Sarai. God reiterated his covenant, changing Abram's name to Abraham, meaning father of many, and Sarai's name to Sarah. He commanded circumcision as a sign of the covenant and promised that Sarah would miraculously bear a son, Isaac, through whom the covenant would be established. God revealed his intention to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah due to their wickedness, prompting Abraham to plead for the cities. Though Lot and his family were rescued, Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed, a stark reminder of divine judgment. Sarah miraculously gave birth to Isaac in her old age, fulfilling God's promise and demonstrating his power. God then tested Abraham's faith by commanding him to offer Isaac as a burnt offering, the ultimate test of obedience. Abraham obeyed, preparing to sacrifice his son, but at the last moment, an angel intervened, and God provided a ram instead. This act demonstrated Abraham's complete devotion, and God reaffirmed his covenant, promising to multiply his descendants and bless all nations through him. In his later life, Abraham ensured Isaac married Rebekah from his relatives, and he died at 175, buried beside Sarah. The story of Abraham is a profound narrative of faith, obedience, and God's unwavering faithfulness in fulfilling his promises. It lays the foundation for Israel and the eventual blessing of all nations through Jesus Christ, a legacy that continues to resonate today.